So welcome back to a very steamy and hot day here in Florida. As you can see, it just got done raining and now the sun's out. So if this is your first time visiting the channel, my name's Andrew. Thank you so much for stopping by. And what we're going to be doing on today's episode is continuing to do some painting, trim painting mostly, putting up some electrical and getting our house ready. We've been building this pole barn house right here for the last 14 months, trying to do the majority of work ourselves, save a bunch of money, and build a unique style home that fits our lifestyle. So I just got done doing all the gray painting and white trim. Now we're going to move into all the overspray that happened on all these black trusses up here. So I'm about to cut some cardboard, make some little templates, and we're going to go through and start rattle canning. Basically, we're putting Rust-Oleum paint up there on all that. So then we're going to get it nice and fresh looking, get some fans put up, and we need to go ahead and do some floodlights in this episode. I want to show y'all the outlets that I mounted up in the roof so we could do Christmas lights, decorations, and I've got switch controlled floodlights that can work normal, or we can light up all the way around this entire house should we hear anything go bump in the night. So if you enjoy this type of content, we do all kinds of stuff on the channel. Do me a favor. Hit that like button down there, subscribe to the channel because we post weekly videos. We've got a lot more content coming. All right, so I finally broke down and picked me up one of these Rust-Oleum gun triggers right here. Since I have so much spraying to do, all it does is clamp right around the spray can. Looks like it'll work on just about any of them. You spray the tip, or line the tip up, excuse me, and then just press the trigger. Let's see how well this works. Oh, that's nice. That's gonna be really nice because I know I've got so much spraying to do. This is gonna get very old. And I'm just gonna use cardboard because there's places that I don't want this spray to get, you know, up here on all my gray or on these posts. So I'll just cut cardboard, and once it gets too used up, throw it away. This is something I wanted to do anyways, because when you order these steel trusses like this, they just put a light coat on from the factory, and then before long you're noticing rust spots and everything else from the welding, from the shipping and delivering, and rust is not what I want on a long-term truss solution like this. So it's good to go ahead and get another coat of paint on these anyways. You know, really hard to reach places, or places where I feel like this is going to get everywhere, went ahead and bought a quart of the brush on Rust-Oleum paint as well that matches this. I'll get to that shortly. A surprising amount of overspray out of this small can. We're going to go ahead and put us a mask on, and I threw some drop cloths down on things that I want protected. When you spray on high humidity days like this that we constantly have in Florida, especially right after rain, it seems like the higher the humidity, the denser and thicker the area is, and the more the paint just wants to drop instead of kind of slowly float off and dissipate and go different directions. It just kind of drops. I think I can honestly say, painting these trusses, this ceiling, everything. This has went on for days, by the way. That's why I've had no content out. This has probably been the most aggravating part of this entire house build, at least for me. My nerves are getting drove very thin right now. I'm sick and tired of all this touch-up painting and cutting in. And now that I'm done with the black, or just about done, I gotta go back, touch up all the white to where I got some black on it, touch up all the gray. It's never ending. It just requires touch-up after touch-up after touch-up. And I've got to go back and fill all these cavities in too. It's just never gonna end. Holy moly. Well, I've come back with gray and did some touch up. Now I'm coming back with white and doing some touch up. This never ends. Never ever ends. Holy moly. All right, so on to something I've been looking forward to. I purchased a few of these LED floodlights off of Amazon. I'll put a link down there, but keep in mind, it's my first time trying these. They have features that I'm looking for, but I don't know about longevity of them. So this is a special one. Again, LED, I like that. I don't have to get there and constantly change bulbs. It can do motion. It can do where you flip the switch and it's always on. It can do dusk till dawn. It's got all these different adjustments down here, time adjustments, whatever you want. But what I really like about these, and the main reason I want floodlights, one, the motion's nice, something moving around, they'll kick on. But this particular style will also work off of a switch. So you're about to see, it's been a long time since I showed y'all, but I put 3 switched outlets in the corners of the house here. So at nighttime, we can flip the lights on to turn these, or we can flip the switch on to turn these lights on and let them work with just the motion sensor only. They won't flip on when I turn the switch on, but it gives them power. So then if anything moves, hey, they kick on just like a security light's supposed to do. But these particular ones, because they'll work off of switched power, I can flip the switch off and back on and turn these on to stay on permanently anytime I want. So say if we're having to get together, people's walking back to the car, or you hear something that goes bump in the night outside, well, you don't have to wait for these to sense motion. Go in there, flip the switch off, right back on, or it's a combination. I got to figure that out. And then they'll stay on for the rest of the night if I want them to. That's very important to me and something that I really like. All right, so I'm just gonna put up some of these metal boxes. I had to paint them white because, well, you just can't find electrical stuff anymore, it seems like. I found a killer deal on some of these liquid type fittings here. And I've got a lot of this liquid flex or liquid tight, whatever conduit that you call it here. But you put it in, then once I clamp this down, it actually seals it out, and it's got O-rings and gaskets everywhere. And then we'll just run this up. And actually, we're gonna thread this into the switch box because I wanna leave my switches for plugging in Christmas lights, decorations, stuff like that down the road. And this will be a cleaner look, mounting the light to this, and then this going and threading into the box. I'll show you that there in just a second. All right, so we'll start with that. I need to go get me one more clamp and tidy up this loom right here, but this is so much better than putting a wire out of here and plugging it up into this outlet. This is just gonna be a lot more sealed, look a little better. And I have to play with the adjustments on this as far as sensitivity goes and everything else. But now, this will cover this whole end of the house right here. It'll shine back toward the shop. Covers out here where we've currently been parking. So that'll kind of cover back over here where we've been parking our vehicles. This one will go back out toward the road. And I'm about to go down there and mount another one on the far end of the house, another corner. So this whole area will be somewhat illuminated, and we can always put more of these on the other side of the post, or I can run wire down and mount them on other posts as well. And by the way, here is one of those kind of tucked and hidden receptacles right here, all on GFI breakers, and I can plug in Christmas lights, whatever else, and take off down the house with these switched outlets as well. All right, so here we are outside. As y'all can see, it is pitch black dark, and we got a little bit of bad news. These lights do not work as stated. But let's go ahead and kick them on. Let me show you what we got working with here. So right now in motion, they kick on very quickly, work okay. By the way, GoPros are horrible at night. I can see all the way over to the storm shelter and see it clearly. And that's actually a really good thing if we need to run out there in the storm. That was another reason to point this one that direction. I can see how to get over there. But GoPros don't like nighttime. So for the $40-something they cost, they're bright. But I cannot get these lights to turn on by the switch only. Let's walk down here and kick these other ones on. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So walking out here in front of the porch, they should kick on. That one has awesome range over there. So as you can see, these are now kicked on. Actually, I can see the shop over there. I don't think y'all can see that on camera, but I can see it well. I can see all the poles and underneath the pole barn. I can even see the oak tree here. So this works well. We do have one dark spot over here, although I can see it with my eyes. If I was parked and need to get to a vehicle, we probably will put one more in the center, pointing out toward that way in the yard. All right, so the issue I'm running into here is I purchased these lights and read, on Amazon, you can see people's questions and answers down at the bottom. This isn't necessarily got anything to do with the manufacturer, but a couple of different times I read through almost 200 questions on there. People ask, can you force these lights always on? My shop light over there, you can put it in motion mode just like these are right now, which is the way I always want them to run. And you can flip the switch off and on real quick, like 2 times, and the lights permanently stay on. You don't have to climb up a ladder and flip it to always on or dusk till dawn, flip the switches. You can do it from inside the house. These supposedly could do that. Well, I have tried, and they will not. I went back and read all the questions. Majority of people saying, yeah, they think that it can, but then I'm starting to see a lot of conflicting responses from people that are buying. And now I'm starting to read a lot of people saying, no, these do not work that way. So a dilemma. Now, with that said, we have so many lights around this house right now. All I got to do is flip on one of the porch light switches and we light the whole yard up. So I guess I can just use those if I hear something outside at nighttime, and we'll probably just leave these as security and motion lights the way that they're truly designed to. I was just hoping they had that off-on function to kick them on. And you're going to say, hey, return them. I'm a few days outside the return period because I trusted the people's questions and answers. The manufacturer didn't state it. Amazon reviewers did. I shouldn't have listened to them. So with that said, look at how much light we have here. Do we really need the motion lights on a switch? No. I can flip these other ones on and see anything out in this yard that I want to. But it is nice having motion lights now. So if we're sleeping inside, watching TV or whatever that may be, and those kick on, we know to go look in the yard and check and see if something's going on. And I really like that one is shooting back toward the storm shelter. I may even put another light in down there. And I definitely want to put some solar lights in the storm shelter. We have that episode coming up here before long. So if we do run out there in the middle of the night and the power's off, something lights up and we can see how to easily get in there. All right, so thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. We have some projects coming very soon. That'll be some new and fresh content on the channel. I'm excited about them. Catch you on the next video.